Hi, my name is Justin. I was born and raised in Toronto, Canada, and I came to Missoula to be a pharmacist and start my own business. Everyone that I talked to wanted to be a pharmacist. It was a cool thing to do. People were singing songs about it,
I wanna be a pharmacist,
making spoof videos.
got pharmacy style.
From where I was sitting, it seemed like the right thing to do. So I studied every single day. But then I remembered what my old econ teacher taught me. It was about supply and demand, and how if demand for a profession rises, so will the supply of people entering it. And then it got me thinking, all I saw was the supply side of pharmacy. But was there a demand too? So then I searched for it. And boy did I find it. No jobs to be found, job saturations, forums filled with recent pharmacy grads complaining about the job market. It was all overwhelming. I had to take a second and reevaluate where my life was going. I still wanted to work in retail pharmacy, but that I could do more with the business side of things. So I started to look at pharmacy as a business, and I realized it's just going to get harder for future pharmacists. If we look at pharmacy as a business, we look to minimize cost while not affecting our bottom line. And there are three large cost drivers for a pharmacy. One is labor, the second is the cost to physically use a space, and the third is liability. Giving the wrong drug causes life and death situations. One way that technology is changing how we look at this liability is robotic automation. Here a machine fills the prescription and packages them. It takes the human element out of picking a drug and giving it to a patient. However, costs of these machines are currently high, but as cost of technology decreases, we will see more of these machines in our cities and in our local pharmacies, at which point these machines will also help us to reduce the labor cost of staffing a pharmacy. And as we continue to look further into the future, we can reduce labor costs via pharmacy vending machines. These machines ultimately work like an ATM. You scan the prescription, you talk to a pharmacist on the phone who makes sure the medication is safe and appropriate, and then the machine dispenses the drug. Currently, these machines house 300 of the most common drugs. These machines can not only reduce pharmacy overhead costs, but can also be helpful for people who live in remote areas, allowing them access to their drugs much faster than if they were to drive an hour into the city. And now the future. We already have 3D printed guns, body parts, and food. So why not drugs? A chemistry professor, Lee Corrin, has been working on that.
You need to cure or bacteria that you want to kill. If you have this embedded in your device at the same time and you do the chemistry, you may be able to make drugs in a new way. So what could this mean? Well, ultimately, it could mean that you can print your own medicine. But perhaps for me, the cool bit going into the future is this idea of taking your own stem cells with your genes and your environment, and you print your own personal medicine.
So there you have it. Maybe not in our lifetime, but sometime in the near future, we will have our own pharmacies in our home.